Coucou les filles de 5e année, j'espère que vous allez bien. Donc pour votre révision, on a deux parties. La première partie, c'est la partie de compréhension. We have a text and questions. We are going to read the text and we are going to answer the questions. Follow with me. The text we have seen it in class and in online sessions. It is the text of an accident, if you remember. Okay? So I will read quickly. Paul, j'ai téléphoné chez toi il y a 2 jours. Il n'y avait personne. Où est-ce que vous étiez? Paul talking to Mark, he said, I called you 2 days ago, but nobody answered. Where have you been? Mark, à quelle heure est-ce que tu as appelé? Mark answered the question of Paul and he said, at what time did you call? Paul said, vers 7 heures, around 7. Mark, ah oui, nous étions dans la rue. Oh yes, we were in the street. Il y avait un accident à côté de notre maison. There was an accident near our home, our house. Paul, un accident, c'était grave. Comment est-ce que c'est arrivé? Paul, an accident, was it bad? How did it happen? Marc, l'autobus numéro 10 venait du pont et allait vers la gare. The bus number 10 was coming from the bridge, and he said pont means the bridge, et allait vers la gare, was going to the bus station. Il allait très vite, he was driving very, very fast. The driver was driving very fast. Le feu était rouge. The signal was red, okay? The light signal was red. And les piétons étaient en train de traverser. And of course, the people who wanted to cross the street, they were crossing the street because it was green for them. Le chauffeur a voulu passer, il ne s'est pas arrêté au feu rouge. Il a accroché des piétons. The driver wanted to continue driving. He didn't want to stop, though it was a red signal for him, okay, and he was going to hit the people. Paul, combien y avait-il de blessés? How many people were injured? Marc, il y a 2 adultes et le chauffeur, 2 adults and the driver, so which means 3. Les piétons ont été blessés. The people who were crossing the street were they injured? Marc, non, pas sérieusement. Quand ils ont vu l'arrivée de l'autobus, ils ont sauté sur le côté et ils ont eu très peur seulement. No, not seriously. When they have seen the bus coming very quickly, they jumped on the other side. But they were afraid a lot. Okay, this is our text. We move to the questions now. I have mais vrai ou faux. Put true or false. Il y a 3 blessés. There were 3 people who were injured. Vrai, we said 3. 2 adults and the bus driver. Paul a téléphoné chez Marc vers 8 heures. Paul called Mark around 8. Is it true? Faux. No, he said that he called around 7, not 8. La famille de Marc était à la maison. The family of Mark was at home. What we said? Faux. They were not at home. L'autobus allait très vite. The bus was going very fast. We said vrai. It is vrai. Bravo. And le chauffeur a été blessé. Le chauffeur a été blessé. The bus driver was injured or hurt. Yes. Complète les phrases suivantes avec un mot pris du texte. Complete the following sentences from a word in the text. Of course, the sentences, they are in the text. You remember when we solved the revision, we underlined the sentences. I have, les piétons étaient en train de, and we said les piétons étaient en train de traverser. If you look for the sentence in the text, you will find the missing word traverser. Il y avait un accident à côté. There was an accident near or beside my house. À côté. L'autobus numéro 10 venait du pont. The bus was coming from le pont. Bridge. Le feu était, we said the signal was what? Red. Rouge. Il y a 2 adultes et le chauffeur. 2 adults and the driver. As I said, we underline the sentences in the revision period, okay? We move now to the next page. I have grammaire, le futur simple. This is an easy lesson. What I told you, I will just give you the rule here. We are not going to solve what I said. How do we conjugate a verb in the future? We keep the verb as it is. You know the verb that I gave you? You keep it as it is. Like fleurir, for example, you will keep it. Choisir, you will keep it. You will not touch it. You will add the mark of the future to it. Depending on what? Depending on the subject. If you have je, what we add? You remember? You add a, I. Bravo. If you have tu, what you add? As. If you have il, what you add? A. If you have elle, what you add? A. If you have nous, what you add? O and S. Very good. If you have vous, what you add? Easy. If you have il avec S and elle avec S, what are you going to do? You are going to add O and T. Let's take the example. I'm going to choose randomly. For the example here, I have nous. I told you I keep my verb as it is, choisir is to choose. Then I add to it what? I add to it O and S because nous goes with O and S. Like this, I have choisiront. For example, here I will choose HL here. I have agir. Agir is to react. And goes with what? With a. So we just keep the verb as it is and I add a. I will just explain here la sonnerie. La sonnerie means the alarm. La sonnerie, I replace it with the pronoun elle. Okay? So here I have avertir. What I do? I will add what? I will add a. Bravo. Now I have just this thing I will explain. For la maîtresse, for example, here, la maîtresse is the teacher. So I will replace it with elle. Mes parents, my parents, plural. So replace it with il avec s. What do we have also? We have le facteur down here, okay? Le facteur, it is the mailman, this one, okay? Le facteur is the mailman. I replace it with what? With il. Et les jours, here, it is the days. I have pluriel, so it is il avec s, okay? And you will apply the same rule. You will do to all the verbs the same thing, except two verbs. We have two exceptions, if you remember. What are these exceptions? I have two verbs where I give you exception. I give you le verbe payer and I give you le verbe être. I will start with the last one, payer. Payer is to pay. I told you, I have a different rule. I have a different rule with what? With the verbs ending with y-er. When my verb ends with y-er, the y will become I. Keep it in mind. And I have here les clients. Les clients, it is il avec s. I have plural. So what I do? I will not write my verb as it is. I will change the y into I. Okay? I continue the same and I apply the same rule. Il avec s goes with what? With O and T. So the answer it is ils paieront, like this. Okay? Is it clear? When I have a verb ending with y-er in the future, the y will become I. Then I apply the same rule that I spoke about. Here I have le verbe être. What means être? It is to be. C'est un auxiliaire. Okay? This verb also changes. It will not be like this. The root of the verb itself will change. This is what we studied in the first semester. Okay? We said that être will be sera, and I add to it the same rule. Here I have se. What means se? It means it, like it, okay? So here, when I have se, it goes like il and elle, okay? So I add to it what? I add a. So here I say ce sera